Okay, hey guys, I'm in my car. Clearly, I'm waiting to go into work and I just got out of practice. So the technologies I use, first starting off, I'm so bad at like using technology, software, anything online, anything digital. I'm so bad. The only thing I can use is Canva. So I definitely, like, you'll see all of my projects, most of my projects are done on Canva because like all my research, all of my PowerPoints, I love Canva. I love making like the aesthetic sheets for it, like making my PowerPoints on there. Most of the posters in my room are even on Canva. So I really like that software. Then I used a lot of Word for the writing because my spelling is really bad and Word tends to like check your grammar and your spelling. So I used that. I also get that for free with my school. So that's really nice. I also used for the first time Adobe. I worked in a lawyer's office over the summer for 3 years. And every year they would ask me if I knew how to use Adobe. And every year I would say no. So now I know how to use Adobe. So this year I'll be able to say yes. I used Adobe a lot with editing. I did it for my midterm where we learned how to edit on Adobe, but we got Adobe for free with at my school. So that was nice. So I used Canva, Word, Adobe, CapCut. CapCut was really good also for editing. I knew how to use CapCut because it's such a universal like app. It's a lot on TikTok and social media and it's just really easy. So I used that a little bit, and Adobe was definitely a lot harder, but it's very similar to CapCut. So I talk a lot about YouTube videos in my blog post when it comes to Adobe. I had a really hard time figuring out Adobe. Adobe was very hard, and as I said earlier, like, I have been asked to use Adobe before. I don't understand it, and it was confusing for sure. But my main thing I used Adobe or YouTube videos for Adobe was color grading. I was very scared to color grade, but a lot of the YouTube videos helped me out to at least learn what like the curves were and all that crazy type of stuff. And I think my color grading came out pretty good. I came into an issue with the YouTube videos because like their images were obviously not the same colorway as mine since I was filming at night, and most of the photos that they were editing were during the day and were just a completely different vibe. So I was having a hard time. I found this really good guy. I'll look up his name and I'll put it right here. And I watched a lot of his videos because he has videos all over about Premiere Pro. It was so good. I think I watched like 4 of his videos just to understand color grading, and he really helped me. I also used YouTube videos for other stuff on Adobe, like transitions. I didn't love the transitions were on there, but the YouTube videos helped me to understand where to put the transitions correctly so that it wouldn't look so awkward. At the beginning of the year, we also Mr. Z, our teacher, also put up a lot of YouTube videos on like different types of angles and different types of sounds and stuff like that. I'll also put that up on the screen right here, but they were really helpful, and it helped me a lot to understand camera angles because before coming into this class, I was completely blindsided. I did not know anything about film. My mom was in a film major, but that was it. That's all I knew. So those videos helped me a lot to understand how to film, what to call the angles I'm doing, what to call the sounds, like dialogue versus like music. So yeah, that was really nice, and the YouTube videos helped me so much because I could just watch the video and do exactly what it showed on my video. Okay, going along with the YouTube videos, I did a lot of research, as you can see in my blog post. I would say that helped me a lot, even with little stuff that I didn't post on my blog, like how to save on Adobe. I mean, without that, my project wouldn't be a thing. It would be gone. So that was really helpful. I think the main stuff that I researched were like older movies and stuff in movies that I could integrate into my movie. And I think that really helped because like with the colors and stuff like that. So Charles and I like really wanted some type of weird color. We were deciding between green and red, and we looked up some movies and we saw that red was more used in thriller than green was, and green was more used in sci-fi. So we decided to go with the red. But I think that really helped us to understand like what colors go with what types of genres and stuff like that. For the little stuff, I definitely used the internet a lot. So again, with Adobe, it was my first time using it. It was really hard to use. I looked up little stuff like how to save on a MacBook, and I looked up stuff like how to undo and stuff like that. So the internet really helped me. Honestly, like without it, I don't think I would be able to do it. And I'm sure, like, I think that's just my generation and stuff like that. But the internet really helped me, and YouTube helped me so much, including like posting stuff onto YouTube, making it really easy to post it on Blogger and stuff like that as well. So those two things really helped me, and I don't think I would be able to do this class without it. DIYs and hacks that Charles and I used, we found like, or Mr. Z helped us a lot with these. So we did a midterm in like, I want to say near January, and we did a midterm and we chose to do the same exact like kind of prompt as we did. So we just fixed minor things, but we had like in our movie now we use like a pill instead of, I think we just use salt in the midterm, and then like a knife instead of a pizza cutter like we used in the midterm. So Mr. Z helped us a lot with these DIY things. And the pill, for example, like it wasn't an actual like pill, obviously. I think it was like vitamin C or something silly like that, and I added salt in so then it would make the fizz, because we learned that the vitamin C did not fizz. We also obviously didn't use alcohol. We used sparkling water, so that was really fun. I just used like regular champagne glasses. For the knife, we just used a kitchen knife. And then for the lighting, like in our first, like our midterm, we used a computer screen, a Mac, like one of those huge computer PC screens, and we put up a picture of a red image, just the color red, and it lit it up. But this time Mr. Z let us use one of his gel lights, and that helped a lot. So Mr. Z helped us a lot with that. But yeah, that's what we used for DIY and little like technical stuff like that. So comparing our camera work to the midterm, I would say our camera work was pretty good in the midterm, and we used a lot of the same angles because we just liked how it looked. But we completely switched the house, so we had to do different angles because the house wasn't the same. So I think the main difference in our camera work was looking up on TikTok how to use different settings on our camera. So things that we did were put the grids on our screen and then put it on 30 FPS and then 40 RES to make our camera more clear. It really helped, and we used TikTok to find that. Another tutorial, of course, because they were so helpful. And I think that's the main difference in our camera work. It looks so good. Also, last time we didn't color grade, so the export made the coloring a little bit weird and made our camera look a little bit more dirty and like discolored. So I think this time we'll learn how to fix that. We used an iPhone. I would have loved to use a different camera. I have a different camera because my sister is a photographer. We didn't use it. It was huge. Not saying I couldn't have used it, but it was also dead and I have no idea where the charger is. So that's kind of a technical issue, and that's kind of my issue. But our camera work on a camera worked really well. Honestly, I don't see like that big of a problem with it. We use cinematic mode. That's probably my favorite part about our filming. Our cinematic mode was so pretty. Like, a lot of the shots you'll see have like shallow depth into like, or deep depth into shallow depth, and it's just so pretty. Like, it looks so good. Sorry about that. We changed angles because I am in my car and it fell maybe about 4 times. So back to what I was saying about cinematic mode. It turned out so pretty. Like, the depth was so pretty. In a lot of our shots, it goes from deep depth to shallow depth, and it just makes the character really stand out, and it's so beautiful. So I'm so glad we used that. That's probably my favorite camera work thing we did. Okay, so a technical limitation Charles and I faced was in our midterm, our sound didn't come out very good. So we didn't use any like mini microphones or anything like that. So this time we were like, yes, we're gonna use mini microphones. Like, we know what to fix, all this stuff. So we checked out mini microphones, all this stuff. Charles took them home, and Charles came to the set and he brought the mini microphones in, and then didn't realize he brought them in, and we didn't use them. We were a little bit upset about that, but we fixed that by just talking louder and testing it